That day, we boarded the plane together, excited to head to Hawaii for a relaxing getaway. But just a few minutes after takeoff, the sky outside the window began to change color. Thick gray clouds rolled in, and heavy raindrops pounded against the glass. The plane shook in waves, tilting and swaying, causing many passengers to panic. The three of us held hands tightly, trying to reassure ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm. We are entering a patch of severe weather. Everything is under control.
A passenger near me grabbed his wife's hand, trembling.
Are we gonna be okay? The plane's shaking so much.
Mira whispered.
It's okay. We'll be fine.
Zoe closed her eyes, resting her head on my shoulder, but still held my hand tightly. I repeated the reassurance, my voice trembling.
Everything will be fine. It will definitely be fine.
Then, a sudden gust of wind hit. A passenger screamed,
"Oh my God! We're gonna die!"
I felt my heart stop, my body frozen.
Hold on! Together! We're together!
But then, the violent gust struck with full force. The plane shook violently and seemed to lose all lift, plunging into freefall. Then suddenly, the alarm clock rang. I jolted awake, heart pounding, drenched in sweat.
Thank goodness. It was only a dream.
I looked at the clock. It was already time to go camping with Mira and Zoe. I hurriedly grabbed my backpack, threw on my clothes in a rush, and ran out of the bedroom. I dashed through the living room and saw Jinu sitting there, eyes glued to the news on TV.
Jinu, I have to go camping now. Mira and Zoe are waiting downstairs.
But Jinu didn't even turn to look or respond.
All right, I'm going ahead.
Downstairs, Mira and Zoe are waiting for me. The three of us got in the car and set off.
There is breaking news regarding the missing flight AA-101 from 2019.
The flight carried 256 passengers, including 3 South Korean passengers. We have found.
We stopped at the edge of the forest. The three of us brought a tent, marinated meat, flashlights, and a few basic tools. When we reached a clearing by a stream, we spread out a tarp, set up the tent, then headed out together to look for dry wood to start a fire and grill the meat. While I was crouched down picking up broken branches, I suddenly spotted a curved piece of metal glinting under the ferns. I leaned in a little closer, and my heart skipped. The wrecked body of an airplane, shattered and moss-covered, green with age.
Oh my God, it's been down a long time. Let's go in.
We squeezed through a gap in the side. Inside it was dark and damp. The seats were nothing but frames. The cushions torn apart, wires hanging loose. The control panel was smashed, the glass cracked.
What if we take stuff from here and build a secret base? A Huntrix base! I'm in.
So we got to work immediately. Zoe picked a deep hollow in the ground behind a large cluster of boulders. I removed metal panels that weren't too sharp. Mira hauled rope, an old tarp, and a few seat cushions that were still dry. Zoe pried out a couple straight aluminum bars and a bent hinge. Then we carried everything back. When we got to the hollow by the rocks, Zoe drove wooden stakes into the ground, then used the aluminum bars from the plane as the skeleton. Mira and I carried flat stones up from the stream and laid them out as a floor, both to sit on and so we wouldn't have to step in wet mud. On that stone base, we set down dry logs as benches. Mira sat to test it, rocked it back and forth, and laughed.
Board meeting seating. That's a great idea.
We built a bed in the far corner, a low wooden frame, topped with an old cushion pulled from the airplane seats. We used a large metal panel from the plane's body as a door, attaching the hinge to a thick wooden post. When the door swung shut, you couldn't see any light inside the room anymore. We were almost finished when Zoe suddenly froze while digging around inside a cavity near the front of the plane.
Wait, what is that? RUMI! Ooh. Come here!
She pulled out a metal box. Inside were Huntrix CDs, along with a few photos of the group. Mira let out a surprised laugh.
Did a fan used to be on this flight or something?
I was about to finally breathe easy, until Zoe pulled out a black notebook. On the cover, in handwriting I recognized, was my name. I flipped through a few pages.
It is my diary! RUMI, you didn't lose that diary, did you? Was it stolen? No! I didn't! I still have it! I'm still writing in it!
The air tightened like it had shrunk. Mira stared at me. Zoe didn't move.
If this is mine, Then this plane. Oh no! Don't tell me we already! We couldn't have. How is that possible?
Suddenly, the three of us heard footsteps echoing nearby. Outside, a rescue team was inspecting every corner.
Yes, we have located the wreckage of flight AA-101 and the items on board, but there is no trace of any passengers.
The three of us froze. We ran closer to the rescuer.
What's going on? We're right here.
The rescuer didn't turn, didn't look. He acted as if we were just passing ghosts. We stood frozen, hearts tightening, eyes wide with panic, staring at each other.
They can't see us. What's happening?
I suddenly remembered this morning, when I had called Jinu before going camping. He didn't respond either, didn't hear, didn't look, as if I had never existed. Could it be that we are actually the passengers from the flight in my dream this morning? And is this a dream? Or is it real? The day I found out I was pregnant, Jinu and I were overwhelmed with happiness. As the days passed, my belly grew more and more obvious. I was nearly 7 months along. That night, Jinu and I were having dinner, when suddenly there came a violent crash at the door. I jerked to my feet in shock.
Take him!
Before I could even understand what was happening, two of them lunged forward and grabbed Jinu. He struggled hard and threw one of them into the dining table. I screamed.
Let him go! Ah!
One of them turned and shoved me. My whole body slammed onto the floor. Instinctively, I wrapped my arms around my stomach.
RUMI! Don't touch her!
If you want the girl to stay safe, then come with us quietly.
They dragged him outside. Gritting my teeth, I forced myself back up and staggered after them.
Jinu!
They shoved him into a car with the license plate ABC 5927. Then the car sped off. I threw myself into my own car, my hands shaking as I started the engine, and chased after them into the night. My fingers gripped the steering wheel so tightly they hurt.
Jinu, wait for me.
But when I reached the mountain pass, a sharp pain suddenly twisted through my abdomen. I gasped for breath, my vision blurred, and my hands turned ice cold. The car began to drift off course. I had no choice but to pull over.
No. No.
But the next wave of pain hit even harder, and then everything in front of me went black. When I woke up, the first thing I saw was the stark white ceiling of a hospital room.
Jinu! Where is he?
A nurse hurried over and pressed a hand to my shoulder.
Please calm down. Your baby is stable for now.
Where's my husband? I have to find him.
Right then, a police officer stepped into the room.
You're the woman they found unconscious in a car on the mountain road.
Yes, that's me. The car in front of me, license plate ABC 5927. They took my husband. Where is he?
The accident that just happened on the pass involved that exact vehicle.
I felt as if the blood in my body had frozen solid.
Accident?
The car went off the road. The scene is extremely serious.
Reported.
Copy that. On my way.
Ow! Let's move!
I ran out of the room. Mira and Zoe drove me to the crash site. I rushed toward the police barrier.
Where's Jinu? Where's my husband?
An officer grabbed my arm to stop me.
Please calm down. We haven't found any bodies yet.
What do you mean? You haven't found any?
It's dark, the terrain is dangerous, and the search is very difficult.
No! No! He's not dead! Jinu is not dead!
But the moment those words left my mouth, my head started spinning. I fainted again. After that, they forced me to go back home and rest for the sake of the pregnancy. A few days later, while Mira and Zoe had dozed off in the living room, I quietly went into Jinu's study. The documents were neatly arranged on the desk. His laptop was still there. And inside a locked drawer, I found a strange phone. My heart began pounding. I tried entering my birth date. The screen unlocked. Inside were countless messages. You need to come back to the organization. If not, something will happen to Rumi's baby. You got away once. You won't keep running forever. My hands shook violently. Then I frantically opened his laptop. In a hidden folder, I found a video file named after me. I clicked it open. Jinu's face appeared on the screen.
If you found this video, then something has probably happened to me.
My chest tightened like it was being crushed.
Rumi, listen to me. You and the baby need to pack your things and leave immediately. Don't ask why.
Don't trust any strangers. They're looking for you.
I sat frozen for a few seconds, then sprang to my feet. I began stuffing clothes, documents, and everything essential into a suitcase. But just as I dragged the suitcase to the door was suddenly shoved open from the outside. The men in black. One of them pinned me against the wall. He glanced down at my belly.
Give birth to the baby and hand it over to us.
My entire body turned cold.
Pretending to cooperate was the only way. Confronting them head-on would be a terrible idea.
I swallowed my fear and asked in a trembling voice.
If I cooperate, you won't hurt me, right?
If you know what's good for you, you'll live in peace.
Fine. I'll have the baby. But I need to be safe.
From that day on, my house was guarded like a prison. Wherever I went, whatever I did, someone was always watching me. Then one night, I looked at the calendar on the table. My due date was getting closer and closer. I was sitting by the bed when suddenly a hand clamped tightly over my mouth from behind. I panicked and struggled.
Shh, it's me.
It was Jinu. Tears burst from my eyes instantly. I slammed my fist against his chest.
Are you crazy? Do you know
Jinu pulled me into his arms.
I'm sorry.
I clung tightly to his shirt.
I thought you were dead.
I thought I'd never make it back either.
His father was a powerful, ruthless man who was gravely ill and needed a bone marrow transplant from his own son. Jinu had escaped that organization a long time ago. But now they had found him. On the mountain pass, he fought with the men in the car. The driver lost control. He survived, but he was badly injured and had to hide in the forest for days. He was found by a forest ranger, who took him in and cared for him for a few days until he recovered.
When they couldn't find me, they decided to wait for our child to be born. They were going to use the baby to save my father's life.
Outside, the gangsters were still guarding the house heavily.
They want the baby to save him?
I don't have much time left. We have to leave tonight.
At that moment, Mira and Zoe were there too, using the excuse that a woman close to giving birth needed her friends by her side. The men had allowed them inside, never realizing a plan had already been prepared. Mira strapped a pillow to her stomach to fake a pregnancy belly. She paced back and forth in front of the thin curtain near the door, deliberately letting her shadow show so the guard outside would think I was still in the room.
Rumi, drink your milk first. Don't stay up too late.
Jinu took my hand and helped me climb out through the back window. At last, we escaped. A little while later, Mira and Zoe calmly left the house too, saying they were going out to buy things for the birth. The men didn't suspect a thing. We hid in a remote countryside town. No one knew about that place except Mira and Zoe. There, for the first time in many days, I was finally able to sleep without jolting awake at the sound of footsteps outside the door. Jinu cooked for me, read books to our baby through my belly, and every night he would press his ear against it and smile whenever the baby kicked. Then the day of the birth finally came. After hours of agony, I finally heard my baby's first cry.
Look at our little one.
Our baby. Jinu, our baby.
Then, in the newborn care room, a strange nurse walked in. She looked around, then slowly lifted the baby into her arms. A sinister smile spread across her lips. I, Mira, and Zoe were escorted into prison. On the first day, another inmate snatched my meal.
Girl, you should know who the boss is in here.
Mira and Zoe were just about to stop her, but other inmates threatened them. Mira was forced to wash dishes.
Wash them clean, or you'll go hungry tonight.
Zoe was forced to wear torn clothes.
You're in here and you still want to be picky? You think you're still an idol? If you won't wear it, take it off.
I'll wear it.
I clenched my teeth.
This was so unfair.
Mira only kept her head down and worked, her hands raw and red from the cold water. Night fell, freezing cold, and the three of us curled up on the bed. In a fever, I drifted off. In my dream, I saw the days when we were still famous idols. Fans gave me so much food. So much that we couldn't finish it, and it went to waste. Sometimes we even ordered food delivery and never touched it. Mira always had servants around her, taking care of her and pampering her like a princess. Even when she ate, someone would feed her right to her mouth. Zoe went shopping every day, buying piles of clothes, shoes, makeup, some things she wore once and then threw away. Suddenly, a mosquito bit my hand. I jolted awake. At that moment, the noisy commotion behind me made me turn to look. I saw Jinu's group being escorted into prison too. When they saw me, they looked just as surprised as I was.
What happened to you, girls?
That day, Huntrix was out shopping.
Look at all these bags! We found some amazing deals.
Oh my god, what is that? On the way, we saw a big cat snatch a handbag from a girl. We rushed in and beat the cat to get the bag back. People on the street only filmed us hitting the cat and posted it online. The video spread quickly, and then we were arrested for animal abuse.
I looked straight at Jinu.
And you? Why are you in here too?
A girl robbed us and took our bag. My cat followed her scent.
But when we got there, I found my cat badly injured.
Darby, it's all right.
We went to that girl to demand the vet fees.
She turned around and called the police,
Police! Send someone here immediately!
and they arrested us for assault and for making threats.
My heart suddenly dropped a beat.
Wait, your cat, is it blue?
Jinu nodded.
Now I understand everything.
Both Huntrix and Saja boys were wrongly accused.
The next day, the police found CCTV footage showing the girl stealing, and that what we did to the cat was because we were saving that girl. So, the girl was arrested and sent to prison. Both groups were cleared and released. After we got out, I, Mira, and Zoe changed the way we lived. We ate frugally,
I have to finish this.
did everything ourselves.
I can do it myself, everyone else can rest.
Oh.
No buying things. I already have plenty.
Then I went to Jinu's house to see the cat. It lay still, wrapped in bandages. Its face looked at me with disgust and resentment. I stroked it very gently, and seeing all those bandages on its body made my throat tighten. I lowered my head.
Derpy, I'm really sorry. I'm the one who got you hurt this badly.
And left some food and the vet bills as a way to make amends. I know an apology doesn't make everything okay, but at least, starting today, I'll live with more discipline than before.
RUMI got this for you. Eat it all up for me, Derpy.
And you wouldn't believe what happened next. Seriously.
No way!
I told you it would be good. It gets better. Watch this.
Jinu betrayed me! That day, after practice, Jinu showed up and handed me a small gift box. I was shocked, because it was the first time he'd ever given me a present. I looked at him and scratched my head.
Why are you suddenly being so cheesy?
He blushed, embarrassed. I opened it.
Oh my goodness.
Inside was a thin silver necklace.
Put it on. You can keep it with you all the time.
I smiled and thanked him.
Bye-bye.
Then he walked me home. That night, I kept holding the necklace and staring at it. And then, I noticed something strange. There was an extremely thin seam, like someone had opened it before and sealed it back up very carefully. The next day, I brought it to a small jewelry shop tucked in an alley. I handed the pendant to the jeweler. They held it under the light, tilted it, then used a tool as thin as a needle to trace along the seam. They pried the outer layer open, looked at me, and said,
"There's a chip inside."
I froze.
Could it be that Jinu had betrayed me? Was the promise he'd made just something he said to trick me?
Then I shoved the necklace into my jacket pocket and left. On the way home, I texted Jinu and told him to meet me in a quiet alley near the studio that night. When it got dark, Jinu arrived first.
Explain for me.
You took it off.
Of course I did. You think I'd still wear this?
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. There's a chip inside the pendant. You told me to always keep it on me. For what? Did you forget your promise?
It's not like that.
Then what is it? You handed me over to the Demon King? Didn't you?
He sat down.
I put it in there,
So I was right.
but not for the Demon King. For me.
Jinu lifted his head.
There was one time you were being followed. You walked out to the parking lot alone. Someone was waiting in the dark corner. I saw it. I ran over,
but you'd already gotten into your car and left. You didn't know anything.
I was going to tell you, but you would have taken it off. You would have said I was overreacting, so I did it secretly. I chose to be the bad guy, as long as you stayed safe.
I looked at him, like I was hearing a too late apology.
You really turned yourself into a traitor.
Jinwoo lowered his head.
Sorry.
I asked,
If someone really was following me, then who was it?
Do you remember that night? The parking lot? Come on.
We went into the security room. Jinwoo replayed the parking lot footage again and again. And then, I saw it. A slender figure. He stood in the shadows, not clearly visible. But something about him felt so familiar.
That hat shape. Is that... Could it be Baby Sajay Boys?
Jinwoo went to find Baby Saja immediately.
That's you, isn't it? Why were you following Rumi? I... Tell the truth! The Demon King ordered me to do it.
Jinwoo has feelings for that girl, Rumi, so keep an eye on her.
That was the mission he gave me. I had no other choice.
If this keeps going, I can't guarantee either you or her will be safe. If that's really the case, stop before it's too late.
I know what I need to do.
Jinwoo came to me and told me everything. I asked him.
So what are you going to do now?
Jinwoo didn't hesitate.
I won't forget the promise I made to you.
I knew. Staying by my side meant Jinwoo was putting himself in the crosshairs. I was the reason he was in danger. But if we stand together, if we face this together, can we survive every trial that's coming?